Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo, and I have two very special guests from the XRP community tonight. They are coming just a little bit south of me from Thailand, and they are doing a project that started out independently. And I knew each one of them were working on this project that they had that kind of had some synergy and some crossover. So I just happened to make mention to DNI, who is up there in your upper left. Digital Nomad Investor is one of the OGs in the space. He and I, seriously, he and I go back a very long time in this space. Yeah. I made a purchase from you in 2018, maybe?
Yeah, 18, 19, yeah.
Yeah, and wow. DNI's been a long-term, has a YouTube channel. He's got a very active group of Patreons. He is also one that is been selling apparel, XRP, Ripple, and all the kind of good stuff. Yeah, yeah. And I love my last one with the kind of pink. It's kind of a pinkish mauve rendition. Yeah, I love that color a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then Daniel came to me by way of my Patreon group, and you know, we've just got such great people in this XRP community, so I'm not going to talk much longer. I don't know exactly what the two of them have created together, so I'm very curious to see, because we've got a project underway, and it is on the XRP ledger. And so I'm going to let the two of you choose who goes first, because I don't know how you want to do that, but welcome. And I think everyone's going to be really excited to hear what you're doing.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Thank you for having us. Hey.
You're welcome.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. So yeah, Daniel, go ahead. Daniel's the founder.
Yeah.
So why don't you start?
What we're doing is building NFT project. I mean, we're developing elephants on the blockchain, pretty much on the XRP ledger. The project came about a few months ago. I had always this idea of helping out elephants in Thailand, and there's a situation here because of tourism kind of collapse in all over the world, especially Thailand, which is dependent on tourism, and that affected a lot of the elephants. So I came with that idea of how can we help these beautiful animals, and the way that came up with NFTs to pretty much raise funds to collect money and help them to basically for food and medicine for the elephants. The project has two purposes. One is the NFT side. We're gonna sell. I mean, we sell the NFTs, and 40% of the revenue pretty much goes to elephants, and then 60% of the revenue goes also for a startup project that is related with tourism.
So these elephants were part of the tourism boom, and people would take rides on them. Is that what I'm guessing? They would go visit them, and they might get on top of them and be led around and take pictures, and is that how these elephants were used?
Yeah, if I could jump in. Yeah, there's different numbers of how many captive elephants there are in Thailand, from 2,500 to 4,000. Wow. And many or most of them work in the tourism industry, as you know, in tourist attractions, through giving rides, like you mentioned, taking selfies with them, and selling various different merchandise. When you know, the pandemic hit and the lockdowns shut down the borders here, and tourism, you know, pretty much died, the elephants became, you know, non-earners. And so how to describe the business structure here would helps explain it better. Here, for most of the attractions, you have a landowner, you have a business owner that rents the land from the landowner, and then you have the mahouts, which are the owners of the elephants. So when an attraction is built, what will happen is a business owner has this idea to build an attraction that uses elephants for entertainment. They'll rent the land from a landowner, and then they'll recruit the mahouts to come live there, pay them a salary, what have you. And so when the money stopped coming into the business owners of the attractions, when tourism was stopped, they know the business owners stopped giving money to the mahouts. So the mahouts no longer had money to feed the elephants.
Are the mahouts a caretaker? Is that the
They're
word
the,
for it?
yeah, it's they're the owner, excuse me, owner, owner and caretaker and trainer. So they've been with the elephants since they were born. They live like usually no more than 50 to 100 yards away from them.
Oh.
In most cases, yeah, every case I've seen actually, yeah.
And
So
they,
go
but
ahead.
the mahouts don't abandon them, but they just find themselves economically unable to care for them.
For the most part, yeah. Or what will happen is the mahouts, if they're unable to raise enough money for food, is they try and find some of these sanctuaries that will take on the elephants. But the elephants can be sold for pretty large amounts, like $30,000 to $60,000 each US. So they don't want to give up that opportunity. So quite often they'll try and sell them, you know, to people, not like a black market thing, but, you know, they want them to go to legitimate owners, or they'll raise money or have somebody raise money through the sanctuaries. And then the elephants would get transported and, you know, then start living at the sanctuary. So what we've done, both in the area where Daniel's at in Phuket and where I'm at in Pattaya, and what I've been doing with my wife since 2020 is we find these closed down camps or attractions, tourist attractions, and we just go in and just talk to the people. And since we've gone to a number of different locations, I guess you know, these mahouts network on Facebook. They all have Facebook pages. So after we started working with one exclusively, and we did for a year, the other camps got to know who we were. So when we went to like a second camp and a third camp, they already knew who we were. So there was a built-in level of trust.
You had a trust factor going on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so so now together with, you know, Daniel's team and now myself, we're going to be doing that combined at both locations.
What does an elephant do when they are sold and they're not being used for the tourism trade? What does an elephant do? Are they work animals?
No,
No?
just the opposite. They're released into a large free roam sanctuary, jungle-like natural settings, and they don't do anything except live like natural elephants should be living.
But if I wanted to buy an elephant, what would I buy it for? Is it just like because I want to have an exotic pet, or what would be the reason I would buy an elephant?
You would then donate it to the free roam jungle sanctuary. You wouldn't actually take possession yourself. I mean, I guess you could. I've not seen where anyone's done that, but the examples that I've seen through the networks and everything that we're working through, there's the biggest sanctuary, like the kind of the ultimate place is up in Chiang Mai. And it's Elephant Nature Park, I believe is the name of it. And we're hoping to do some video work from up there in the coming year or two. But that's where like Daniel, I don't know if you know the last number of how many elephants they have there. Was it 80 or more, plus all kinds of other animals?
Yeah, it's a huge number. And as you know, the elephants eat like 10% of the body weight on a daily basis. So it's a lot of food that they need. And that's what we wanna help with.
Are they all the same species of elephant, or are there mixed species?
My experience has been they're all Asian elephants. Daniel, I don't know what you've run into in Phuket, but
correct, the same as Asian elephants, which is different from the African elephants, which is much bigger in size.
Yeah, I know they have a smaller ear and they have freckles and they're a little bit shorter in size, in stature, I think. Right. But I'm just curious, like when they create their communities, which I know they have very strong communities, right? The elephants do. I wonder how that impacts their communities when they bring in an outsider. I wonder, do they have any problem with elephants being rejected or bullied? Because, you know, I'm automatically thinking about, like, cats are very territorial, right? I just wonder how that works for elephants.
Yeah, at the Elephant Nature Park, they have a quarantine area that's sectioned off. And I've watched the videos and how they do it. And they'll introduce the new elephant into the quarantine area. It's smaller, but and then let the other elephants gather around and interact and introduce each other to each other. And it's amazing. They'll just reach out with their trunks and start smelling each other. They have an awesome sense of smell, and they start the socialization process. And then when the people that run the sanctuary feel it's safe or appropriate, they'll start to release the elephant in with the herd. And so it's a socialization process like that. So I've not seen any, at least in what I've watched online, I've not seen any problems with that. Another example of that is the one camp we just started working with about 2 months ago. Again, it's a closed down tourist attraction. They have 6 elephants. They just brought about a week and a half ago, a 7th elephant, a female, to mate with the male that lives there. And so, and they have them, there's, I guess you could say, their stalls right next to each other. So there's been no problem with that. And as a matter of fact, when they were trying to get them to start mating, we told them we wanted to see how do you go about this process of having elephants make a baby elephant. So we were there, and come to find out that the 11-year-old male is a virgin and he didn't know what to do. So I asked my wife, I said, you want to ask them, like, what do you do in this case when they're supposed to mate? That's why they brought her here, temporarily.
Maybe
So,
the female has to be in heat. I'm not sure. I mean, I have experience with horses, and in
Yeah.
order for a stud to be interested in a mare, that mare usually has to be in her cycle, but I don't know. I'm definitely not an elephant expert. Maybe
yeah,
he just
me either.
wasn't interested because of the time of the month. I don't know. So
Who knows?
what about food? I have no idea. I mean, I can imagine they eat kind of a hay mix or a grasses mix, but what does an elephant eat?
Everything you can get its trunk on. No, we usually buy bananas, sugar cane, not so much sugar, not too often with the sugar cane, because it's kind of like candy for kids. Watermelons, pineapples, vegetation of various different nature. There's people here that you can buy the vegetation by the truckload from, and we'll have pictures on our website of all this stuff. And then there's actually elephant chow. I saw at another camp, but we've not bought any of that. And just other kind of natural green vegetation. I know at one time when I was taking one of them for a walk, and it just saw some trees and it just started munching away and on anything, and I've seen them feed them like tree branches with leaves on it and stuff. And so, yeah, Daniel, I don't know if you want to add anything to that food list or.
Pretty much what you said. So yeah,
They're vegetarians, and when they're in their habitat for the sanctuaries, they don't have chains on, right? They're totally free. No.
Yeah, completely chain free, no bull hooks, no no tourist riding them. When I asked them to, and I spent a day with the mahouts at one camp, and I said, train me on what it takes to be a mahout. I want to learn. So they taught me, and one of the things they taught me is how to ride it bareback, just one person, myself, not like you see in the pictures of the movies with the big carriages and 2 people and the mahout. And so it's kind of just like riding a horse. But yeah, that's a very contentious topic, the thing about the chains and everything. And it's a very delicate subject that when we approach it with the camps, because we're dealing with hundreds of years of cultural training on how to train in how they care for the elephants. And they look at using the chains like we do, using a leash for a dog. They look at it kind of the same way. And so we have to be conscious of the cultural component. And that's where my wife really plays a big role. And I just kind of stand off when she starts talking to them and saying, okay, can we do this or can we do that? When it's there's a cultural component that we have to recognize and respect. So ultimately, Daniel and I have talked about, I mean, the ultimate goal would be to make develop our own free roam camp or sanctuary, but it's a little pricey. So that we've talked about that. I think anyone that's really into elephants, that devotes a lot of time like we do, would love to be able to do that. or at the very least, you know, rescue them all and take them all to Lex Sanctuary in Chiang Mai and let them go free, not free in the jungle. They tend to return, you know, because that's where all the food comes from. But yeah, it's a touchy subject. I mean, we agree with people because we've gotten people writing to us, you know, on social media when they see our pictures and they're like, hey, that elephant has changed. What are you're propagating this? And it's like, slow your roll. We're worried about them even having food to live. You know, so that's kind of like step one. And then, you know, we can deal with that other stuff down the road. But, you know, if they don't have food to eat, you know, there's no elephants. So.
Yeah, I wish at least at night or something they could be turned loose so they can roll and get in the mud or, you know, lay down without feeling constrained. And yeah, but I know that's the next step down the road.
Well, the good news is they actually do. They put them in a different place, at least the camps I've gone to, in the nighttime compared to the daytime. They have two different locations within the camp.
Okay.
The daytime is covered so that they're not in the sun because the sun here in Thailand is super hot. And then it's the camp I'm working with now. They're awesome. I've seen them running around and playing with the elephants, just like playing with a dog or a cat, running around and the elephants chasing them. And, you know, they love the water. So they give them showers every day with the hose. They take them for walks through the forested area so they can graze and forage on the green vegetation there. So they're good. They are good about taking them out, getting exercise and getting them off those chains. So that's good. And, you know, they're really open about, you know, when I ask to take them for a walk and, you know, that's always fun and things like that. So yeah, they do get off them.
So you have this NFT project and as we've now, I think, understand it's there for a percentage to go to the care of these ones that are in kind of dire straits. And then another percentage to go to the sanctuaries. Is that right? And how does the NFT, how does it work? What are the details?
So just to be clear, there's 3% of the revenue that we generate with the sales of the NFT goes to the sanctuaries or elephants on the approach, and the 60% is to do a startup tourism related.
I got you. Okay, to go towards a way to, and it's elephant related, right? Even the tourism.
Well, it is tourism in general attractions, like incentivize crypto tourism in Thailand. Because not only the elephants got affected, I mean, there's a lot of businesses that got affected here. People got laid off, so it has both angles. Kevin is more into the elephants, and he's been all doing this for the last 14 months. But I'm more in the entrepreneurial side and business. I like developing businesses and projects, so that's where I come from. So we have done a few things here in Phuket as well. I had a marketing agency before all this madness of happened, so I had to lay off 95% of almost all my team because we didn't have any revenue to keep having them as in the business. So start doing different things here and there to keep afloat.
So I would imagine that the blockchain is going to provide transparency to track on how all those funds are spent, I would imagine, right?
Correct. So the idea is that we already have an address on the website, so you can see all the sales we're going to sell the NFTs through our website. So all the sales coming to the website will be trackable, and we have the address live, so anyone can check how much are we generating and how much we will be donating. So once we have hopefully a good amount of money, we can start feeding elephants. So yeah.
So Daniel, I did visit your website and I saw a couple of the designs. You should talk about how many designs there are and when will they actually be able to, are they available now to be purchased?
Okay, not yet. The idea is we want to start promoting the website first of all. I mean, the art itself is from a friend of mine that's in Ecuador. By the way, I'm Ecuadorian, so I'm from South America and I'm living in Thailand. And I had this idea, and I reached out to this friend. He's excellent digital artist. So I said, like, can you do me some sketches? And he nailed the one that I liked it, and we started developing on that. So he was on board with the project. He loved the idea as well to help him back. And so he's like, yeah, let's do it. So that was the part of the artist. And then, well, in the website, we want to launch the website by the 9th of this month. Well, let me get back. Sorry. We are going to launch the website today, but the pre-sales are going to be on the 9th of February. So yeah, the idea right now is to collect hopefully some interest and people that would like to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, so we can start promoting until we have all the NFTs pretty much ready to go.
I'll be sure to put all the links that you know that are pertinent in the description below, so don't worry about that. But
awesome.
yeah, so I'm really just thinking that there will be a lot of people who are interested in this because I think it's a really good cause.
Thank you. Yeah, there's just under 10,000 total
designs
of designs with, yeah. And Daniel, why don't you want to talk about how the hand design versus the computer generation and all that?
Correct. So we have 99, we call it original herd, the OH. So these are hand drawn, and then we pick up different traits, outfits, colors, and we make, well, computer generated the other 9,900 elephants. Yeah.
Yeah, they have kind of a running theme, right? Each one has maybe a representation of a sport or a country or something of that nature. Yeah,
correct.
They're cute. They're very cute.
Thank you.
And actually, we want to give it to you. We have an elephant that likes that's actually in a ping pong outfit, well, with 2 rackets. So because we know that you like ping pong, so.
Yeah, Daniel, I don't know exactly where you heard that from, but I know we talked briefly before. Where did I talk about that you found out? Was that just in some sort of live stream I had, or what was
I
that?
don't know. So some, like, to be honest, I'm not sure what website. I think I saw, like, oh, she's into ping pong. Oh, cool. So, and we were just drawing the sports one because we have football and American football and all of these type of sports. Like, okay, so we need to make a one for Ari. Which,
So
by the way, I have it now.
You got an elephant NFT coming, Eddie.
Yeah, well, the ping pong is dear to my heart because I've been playing since I was, gosh, I mean, really playing for money since I was like 9. We used to compete, my brother and I, on a very serious level with all the kids in the neighborhood, and we had money on the line. So
you were hustling the neighborhood, huh?
I was hustling the neighborhood and continued to hustle the neighborhood into my, I don't even want to tell you how old, very old. I used to live in Southern California, and it was a beach town. And in the summertime, everybody really lives in their, opens up their garage doors and has a ping pong table. And, and literally you can just be really quiet and you can hear 3 or 4 tables going, and all you do is follow the noise and then just pretend you're walking your dog, right? But
oh my God,
casually stop and say, hey, can I have one game with you?
I just happen to have my paddle with me in my back pocket.
And then, you know, kind of get the feel for the table and then say, yeah, how about a little money on this one?
Oh my God, this is like a movie.
I was bad. Yeah, I was really, I just wheeled them right in.
It sounds like it. That's funny. That's funny.
I just send you the image through the chat so you can actually open it and maybe can show it.
Can you pull it up? That would be awesome if you could.
I'll try. Just oh, I see the chat. Okay, good. And then I might have to share screen. Do you think? Do you think that's what I have to do? I'm not sure. Let's see if I go like this. All right, I think I've got it, everyone. Let's take a look at this. Let me just see. I'm going to share the screen and we'll get this. There we go. So there is the ping pong elephant with a red and a blue handle and a monkey. It's very, very cute. And I like the flames coming off the off the pants, sitting on top of the ping pong table itself. This is great. This is really, really cute. Yeah. Tell me which number was this in all of his you know, in the creation that you did?
These are around the 60-ish, more or less.
And tell me again the number, how many?
We're gonna do well 99, the original hand drawn, and then 9,000 pretty much with generated with the computer.
Mm-hmm. So how many designs total? Again, one more time, I forgot.
99.
99 total. That's not very many.
That's just a hand drawn.
Oh, okay.
And then that gets fed into the computer, and with the and Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong here. Then there's going to be a bunch of different traits, and it's fed into a computer program, and along with all the other artwork, and then computer generates however many you want. I think in our case, or not in our case, it's is it 9,900?
Correct.
Additional computer generated.
So this is the same as like when you look at Bored Apes or Bazooka Chicks, or these are the same sort of generated different
methodology.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. So how much is an NFT, or is it a bidding process, or that's going through my mind?
We want to launch this with a flat rate of 29 up to 69 XRP. So we're going to be using some plugin pretty much that integrates with the website, and we can actually pre-order the NFTs to the site. And then once you order it, we will send the NFT to your wallet.
That sounds good. Yeah, the Xumm app is very easy to use, and it's
amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it's really been a successful app for the XRP holders.
Sorry, that was the first process. The second process will be minting on the Sologenic platform.
Okay.
They just launched the platform. I know they have a few bugs here and there, so they're still fixing it. But I think within a week they will be ready as well with our collection, start collection, and start minting them and dropping them to the owners.
That's really fun. And so will we be able to look at all of the designs on the website?
Most of the designs, we will kind of let go different batches because we want to do different themes. So we have the sports theme, and we want to be sure that the quality of the art as well is there, and have different themes and traits pretty much. We don't want to just go all throw them all out in one go yet.
So will we be able to learn more about the elephants that are benefiting from this? Like, I would imagine, like, what their names are, and you know, I'm thinking, we want to do bios,
and bios and everything like that, and we'll put down their names and like I said, a bio, because they do, you know, elephants are really sociable animals for people that haven't, you know, come across them, you know, just walking down the street. And you get to know them, spending time with them to build up trust, and you know, getting to know, some of them are sassier than others. Some of them, you know, when they're hungry, they're, you know, just like that Snickers commercial, they're a little bit more assertive when they're, you know, super hungry. And so yeah, we plan on doing like a biography rundown on them, and it'll be cool. People can, you know, enter if they want to have like maybe extra pictures or whatever, you know, we will accommodate that at the camps and things like that to personalize the experience. And I don't know if we mentioned though that the NFTs will also be able to be used as vouchers. Daniel, if you want to talk about that for the tours.
Yes. So the idea is that if you own an elephant, you can go to, in this case in Patria with a DNI, and he will kind of like show you the location where the elephants are. Also here we're trying to partner up with the camp here, so people can come here and join the elephant. They can have access to the camps. So that's the first type of utility that we're looking for. Obviously we need to polish the process and on how we're going to do this, because we're still new on the space and trying to figure these things out.
Yeah, well, it's exciting that you're just blazing the trail and setting, you know, some future standards for everyone in the future. So that's a really exciting part of it. I would imagine the elephants get to recognize you, right? If you come often, they recognize you, and
yeah, they do. The ones that are a little bit more, you know, sociable and welcoming to you being closer to them. You know, there's some that when I go walk in, they automatically raise their head and open their mouth, because I usually feed them directly into their mouth. And then there's some I just feed into their end of their trunk, because they're a little bit more assertive with their body movement. Like there's one I was working with yesterday, and I had just got done feeding elephants in another part of the camp, and I was coming back to the main mahout area, and I didn't have any food with me. And the one that I kind of keep a distance from, she, you know, put her trunk out to smell if I had any food. She could smell I didn't, and she swung her trunk at me, kind of like, oh, you're no good to me. You got no, you know, like dismissing me. And luckily I, you know, just like, to me, that's like a sense of humor, you know, but she's just like, I want food. And so they get to know us, especially because we come and, you know, we're always coming with truckloads of food. So yeah, they do get to know, you know us for that. And then, and for certain ones, like I said, the mahouts will let me take for a walk, because they're, you know, we've built up trust with them, or they're just more accepting of humans, or whatever the reason is, because it takes a while to work with them, usually 2-3 months before, you know, you really start to build up some trust with them. That's at least, you know, what I've noticed in my experience.
What's the age of an Asian elephant? I mean, what's the the average life of an Asian elephant?
I know I've come across like 70 plus. I think the oldest one I've come across is about 70. Daniel, I don't know. How about you?
Good question. To be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think 80 is like a good top end age, from what I've heard. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine that they have some of them have quite a story, you know, underneath their legacy.
Yeah, especially with, you know, when they're raised in captivity, or if, well, yeah, most of these have been raised in captivity, and some of them came from the logging industry, and then that was outlawed. I think it was the late 70s. But before, like back when I first moved here the first time, 2001, just to give you a quick story about what they used to do with them. That I was living in Bangkok, which is, you know, a big city, just like in LA or New York. And the mahouts some mahouts would bring their elephants and walk them around in the city of Bangkok itself. So that's just like walking around in Tokyo, or, you know, LA, or, you know, New York, and seeing someone walking this big elephant down the road. And they would carry bags of food, and you could give them 50 cents or $1 and feed the elephant yourself right there in the city. So it was kind of like an elephant panhandling thing. Crazy. And that was my first experience of interacting with them, you know, face to face, not just looking at them at a zoo.
That's been stopped, or they don't let them into the city limits anymore?
Yeah,
probably is a little
as well
dangerous for them, I would imagine.
Yeah, I probably more so for the cars, because the elephants are so darn strong. But yeah, it would be dangerous for them as well. And sometimes they would put little like bicycle lights on the back, their tail in the back. So
Yeah,
they could
because when
walk
you're
in.
driving at night, you're in the road, and
Yeah.
they are walking them. You can't see, they're black, and then like, oh, like you have to be careful with, otherwise you just crash them
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
And that'll be like for a car running into a brick wall, though. I mean, it's just they're just so strong. They're so strong. Like when that one kind of smacked me with its trunk, because their trunks weigh like 400 or 500 pounds, I think, and they're just solid. It's just like a steel beam. And when it, it wasn't, you could tell if it wanted to, it could have just like snapped me in half with its trunk. So it wasn't really trying, but it just kind of slapped me. And I kind of got my hand in front of it, because you always got to watch where their trunks are going. But I felt it, believe me, I felt it. It hit me in the side. And that was just like a gentle, like, bring food next time. So yeah, they're just so strong.
Thailand does have elephants in the wild still, though, right? I mean, not in sanctuary, not in a private care, but there are some still in the wild.
Some, yeah. I don't know how many there are, but yeah, there are some. I would imagine not many.
Up north, up in the northern area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So
yeah,
like not in our area where I'm at or anything like that, for sure. But yeah, they're, like I said, there's up to about the numbers, the high number is up to 4,000 in captivity, which includes everything, the camps, the villages, zoos, things of that nature.
But the culture has a long history with elephants, right? Because you see the elephant used in motifs and designs so often.
Ceremonies,
in ceremonies.
in ceremonies, like when the king will have a parade, the elephants will be there. They used to be used heavily in warfare, kind of like, I guess, like tanks today. Back then they were used for warfare. Yeah, they're very revered here. It's unfortunate.
There's a symbolism of the elephant that brings luck and prosperity, destroys destroy the evil and remove obstacles. That's the symbolism in the ancient culture.
Yeah, it's a symbol of good fortune, I would imagine, right? And protection too, a little bit maybe. Interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, I have yet to visit your country of Thailand, now your adopted home of Thailand. I really need to go do that.
And now you have a voucher for us to take you behind the scenes, and anyone else that has an NFT will take them behind the scenes to these camps, and you're going to get an up close personal experience that you can't get just by walking in off the street as a tourist. We'll take you ourselves and walk you through it all, and we're working on different things where you can be a mahout and learn how to be a mahout like I did, maybe not for a whole day, but for a couple hours, learn how to wash them and things like that, and feed them and take them for a walk. And it's funny when you take them for a walk, like on the scruff of the neck of a dog, you kind of grab it to hold it. The bottom of the ear of the elephant is used in the same way. So like when they were teaching me to take them for a walk, you just kind of tug on the bottom of the ear a little bit, and it comes with you, and it follows you. So we all of that you'll be able to do, Eddie, when you come here. And of course, we'll take care of the pictures and the videos and everything like that. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. I've done it for people here before. Daniel and I got hooked up together with this project. Just people about 2 weeks ago, I took someone from the XRP community and just gave him a behind the scenes tour. He was in town from the States, and he hit me up on Twitter and said, "Hey man, I'm going to be in your town. Let's hook up." And I said, "Well, hey, why don't you want to do this elephant thing?" And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we did, and he loved it. So and then we've taken some local YouTube vloggers behind the scenes here and done some awareness videos, because my wife and I have been raising money and feeding them, like I said, since December of 2020. So yeah, the behind the scenes thing is really, really cool, because it's just a no rush, relaxed, enjoyable time, and you hang out with them. And there's nothing cooler. They're awesome.
It sounds really good. I'd like to I'd like to do that for sure. I think we're going to return back to a new normal soon. I hope. I really hope, and I'll be able to do that. I want to go up north too. I want to see Chiang Mai too.
Yeah, that's definitely a must go if you want to check out the elephant thing and see the free roam sanctuary. Yeah, Lek is the woman's name, a Thai woman, and they just treat her like she's one of the elephants. Like, just a quick little story about that. When the elephants have the youngsters, they kind of corral them underneath their front legs, and it's kind of like just a place of safety and endearment. And they do that with her. So she'll be walking around them, and it's out. The videos are on YouTube. Again, it's Elephant Nature Park, and Lek, like I said, she's the Thai woman, the founder, and they'll kind of shuttle her under, their chest in between their front legs, just like they do with the babies, and it's amazing. And speaking of babies, and Daniel and I just talked about this recently, one of the elephants that got evicted from a camp that we were working with, they had to go back up to Surin up north. And one of the elephants is pregnant. So she's going to have a baby this year. And so our plan is to go up there after it's about a month or two old and do some videos and, and just hang out with the elephants. If you've seen those elephant baby videos, oh my God, they're so fun.
Yeah, they romp around like a little puppy dog, the way they jump and they,
and, so
and I think
clumsy.
Gestation period on an elephant is like 12 months. I think they are
2 years. 2 years.
Oh, is it 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow. I knew it was
That's
a long time. I thought it was 2 years. Wow.
That's why we got to wait till this one has its baby in the middle of the year. And then so we're going to hope to, hopefully we'll integrate that whole event into the XRP HERD project here. So it'll be part of our Instagram and all the other social media, and get some cool video of us hanging out with the baby. And they're a riot to play with. If you guys out there, just search on YouTube, elephant baby videos, and watch a few of those, and they're hilarious. They're just hilarious.
There was a recent one that went viral where it fell over and was stuck in kind of a trough of cement on either side and water. Did you see? And then the mothers, the whole herd was trying to work as a team to get the baby back up and flipped over, but it has a happy ending. The mother eventually got it up, and but they do work really as a unit, don't they? I mean, when they are in their natural element.
There's some amazing videos on YouTube of that. I know there's one where a baby was hesitant to cross this like 2 foot wide, almost like a ditch on the side of the road, and how the mother and others, and they have nannies. There's like a nanny that gets appropriated by the herd in addition to the mother and all this other stuff. So but yeah, you can see that it's a very intentional, purposeful coordination of working together. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for my NFT. That was a perfect choice for me. I love it. And your friend who did the illustration work is really super talented. It's just, I think, really going to be popular, no doubt. So
thank you.
Yeah, Daniel and DNI, take us out on whatever closing comments you want to be sure that everybody knows about.
Go ahead, Daniel, take it away.
So we're launching on the 9th of the pre-sales will launch on the 9th of February. Hope people can just go to the website, sign up for a free, sign up to get notified when are we launching, and also we're gonna do some giveaways to the people that sign up. So airdrops.
And go ahead and give the URL, but I'll also be sure to put it in the description. Where can they find you?
You can go to the XRPHERD.com.
XRPHERD.com. Great URL.
The XRP
in the front.
Yeah.
The XRPHERD.com. Very good.
Right.
Yeah.
And all I can say is check the project out. It's, you're getting something of value in addition to the NFT, some cool artwork. The artist does an incredible job. And we're going to be doing a merchandise store as well, which will incorporate that artwork.
Oh,
I'll
that's
toss
good.
in some stuff that I can get going. Of course, there'll probably be a herd jersey, and then just be part of the experience of, you know, helping these elephants out. They're amazing, beautiful animals, and just being a part of that is a wonderful opportunity for us. And we want it to be a wonderful opportunity for everybody out there too. So anyway, that's what I have to say. Eddie, thank you so much for having us on. Thank you for being the
Thank you so much for having
matchmaker
us. Yes.
of bringing Daniel and I together. We were both kind of working in parallel elephant universes at the same time. And then you brought us together, and then it was this kind of a, in my opinion, a perfect marriage. We were both working on different aspects of the same mission of helping these elephants. So thank you very much for making that happen and having us
Yeah,
on your
you're
show.
very welcome. When I learned that that had happened, it made me very, very happy. So
Cool.
wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a great community.
Oh yeah. And it's all an XRP project too. So what
Mhm.
more can you ask for?
Yeah, it's perfect. Well, thank you for sharing with us, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll check back in, see how you're doing in a few months. And
Awesome.
yeah,
Perfect.
and I'll be sure to, you know, also talk about it as you get your launch underway and those designs all become available to view. And I can't wait. And I just want to say thank you to both of you to helping out those elephants. That's super important.
Thanks.
As
It's a
well.
wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. See you. See you, everybody.
Sayonara.
Bye-bye.